history. The first night of the realm in rugby league and the future of the game here in Wigan.
Absolutely perfect, that picture as well, isn't it? Perfect. And we've got a rugby union convert in a twist of fate. We'll talk a little bit about that as the game gets going.
Terrific atmosphere here tonight, and huge rounds of applause ringing around this ground in front of the Sir Billy Boston stand. Terrific to see him enjoying himself so much tonight, as he quite rightly takes all the adulation from the thousands of fans that have turned up to see him and this game this evening.
And good to see Professor Chris Brooks, the club chairman, looking after him as well. Of course, a very, very prominent figure on a match day, Sir Billy Boston, but he will now get the red carpet every time he comes.
So we'll run through the teams for you in just a minute or two. The referee is about to get us underway. That is Chris Kendall. Our video referee tonight is Marcus Griffiths. Just to let you know, in terms of the teams, Matty Peat has rung the changes a little bit after 2 defeats in 3 games. As you say, Barry, perhaps fitting that tonight, as we pay tribute to a rugby union player who changed codes, there's a debut on the wing tonight for Christian Wade. He replaces Liam Marshall. There's no Abbas Miski, so Jacob Douglas comes in on the opposite wing. Zach Eckersley moves to centre as Adam Kieran moves into the halves to replace Jack Farrimond. Ethan Havard replaces Luke Thompson at prop. Harvey Makin could also make his Senior Warriors debut if he comes off the bench. Huddersfield boss Luke Robinson has also made a few changes. Oliver Wilson misses out through injury, so Matty English comes in at prop. Sam Hewitt is back from a head injury and is on the bench replacing Tom Burgess. And we must say a massive congratulations tonight as well to Leroy Cudjoe, who's making his 400th appearance for the Giants tonight. So a special occasion for him too, as he just sees the ball go whizzing past him, and George Fladin has the first receipt for the Huddersfield Giants.
Plenty to talk about this evening, Fraser. We'll wait until it all unfolds. I guess the big news is Christian Wade. I spoke to his former coach, Kevin Sinfield, in the week when we had the whisper that he was making his debut, and he said he's a Jason Robinson-esque type of player. Not perhaps the footwork and the change of direction, but the ability to find the ball and convert those chances into tries and into points.
We'll see what he can do when he gets his hands on the ball. This is the last tackle for Huddersfield Giants as Wolford hands it out towards Tuilolahea, and the smoke still clearing here in Wigan from those pyrotechnics, which is causing 1 or 2 issues for us up here on the TV gantry to be able to see exactly what's going on.
He's going to get his first touch, I think, Christian Wade.
Here he comes in through the middle, and a good first decent run. Welcome to Rugby League, Mr. Wade. I'm sure you will enjoy yourself.
I know Kevin Sinfield made the comparison to Jason Robinson, but I also bumped into Henderson Gill, another fabulous winger from the 80s and 90s. He has a look of Henderson Gill with those socks rolled down.
Wigan trying to bring it forward. There'll be a knock on there, and it looks as though Huddersfield will regain possession deep inside Wigan territory, and a first chance for them to really have a go at this Wigan side. Wasn't too long ago, of course, I think it's 4 weeks ago, that we saw in Dewsbury Wigan pushed all the way by this Huddersfield side. It was only thanks to that very, very late Jack Farrimond try, literally as the seconds were ticking away to 80 minutes before he scored in the minute, leaving Luke Robinson and his team absolutely heartbroken on that occasion. Scrum down then, and Huddersfield have head and feed. Tuilolahea in towards George Flanagan, who's had a magnificent last couple of games for Huddersfield Giants. He's been a real gem in the side for them over the course of this season. Tristan Powell brought down just on the edge of the 30-metre line, as it's Wolford into Lollahea, and now Matty English for the visitors. This is a good set for the visitors, as Wolford goes away to his left-hand side. Matt Frawley on loan, of course, from Leeds Rhinos at the moment, as Joe Greenwood goes down in the tackle. Inside the 20-metre line for Huddersfield as they get the first chance to really threaten the try line. Kudjoe on that 400th appearance. Lola with a grubber kick through. Wade gets hold of it and has been forced back a little while here, but then elects to take the tackle. Sensible little bit of play.
A nice touch again from the debutant. Wigan under a bit of pressure after that sloppy play from Cade Ellis. The ever-present forward wearing the number 13 this year has been a consistent performer for his side, but a sloppy offload put them under pressure. They withstood that, did the defending, now they get the ball back.
O'Neill waiting at dummy half, goes for his left-hand side as Wigan tried to rebuild possession with Cade Ellis. Kick comes forward.
Kick again from Wigan, that's their template, that. Kick on 3, kick on 4, back the defence and make their opposition work hard for those metres upfield. The impressive George Flanagan always breaks the first tackle, doesn't he?
Tyler Dupree trying to bring him down at the first attempt there, but wasn't entirely successful before getting him down on the second. Zach Wolford waiting at dummy half. In towards Adam Swift. There was a question mark as to whether or not Swift might play this evening. He managed to get through a warm-up fitness test. That's wide to the left-hand side. Back in towards the edge of the forward left flank.
Big Joe Greenwood is going to be making a big presence of himself over on that left side.
High kick from Frawley. It's a long high one, and he's picked his pocket here. Tui Lola, and Huddersfield are in. They haven't read the script. On the night that was supposed to be all about Billy Boston, Tui Lola picks the pocket of the Wigan defenders and gets the first try of the night for Huddersfield.
Well, it was a high-hanging kick from the Huddersfield Giants, and Tui Lola, as he does so often, whoever he plays for, comes up with the unorthodox, chases hard, beats Wigan to the ball, finds himself with nobody in front of him. That has silenced this big Wigan crowd. Some harsh conversations being had behind the sticks now. You can see no pressure on the kick. Matt Frawley puts it high. There are 3 players in the screen in Huddersfield Giants shirts. One of the things Pete will talk to his players about is let's protect our fullback. Jay Field, with more players around him, doesn't leap high enough, doesn't get to the ball quick, and with enthusiasm, Lola pouches the ball, and just less than 6 minutes on the clock, and it's the away team off the back of that morale-boosting win at Castleford last week. They're the first ones to score.
Tui Lola-Hea's 5th Super League try of the season. George Flanagan with the opportunity to add the extras. I thought my eyes were deceiving me a few moments ago, and I've just had it confirmed that Jake Bibby, who was the 18th man for Huddersfield in a very late change, has been brought on. So Adam Swift clearly not taking a part in the game tonight as Flanagan pokes this one over, and you can see that we've got the light up posts again here at the Brick Community Stadium tonight, confirming that the ball has gone between the sticks. Huddersfield lead the game by 6 points to 0.
Well, that's a typical Matt Frawley kick, end over end. There isn't too much deception in those twisting, swirling kicks that we see spiral that are difficult to handle. This is all down to the chase and the urgency from Lola and Huddersfield Giants.
As long as you're not too lateral.
So Wigan then returning the ball again for Huddersfield. Wigan have won 13 of the last 14 Super League fixtures against the Giants, losing just the 1 game. They've won 7 in a row against them and 7 in a row at home. So the odds, you would think, very much stacked against the visitors, but clearly they haven't read the script so far, Barry.
Stand! Hold. Okay, go.
Just over 7 minutes on the clock going through their process. The Giants, it's a confident start. I think you can trace that back to that sloppy offload from Cade Ellis on 2 or 3 minutes.
English to the halfway line. Wolford waiting just behind him. He's got Cudjoe away to his left, but goes for Frawley instead, who's gone for another kick. It's another high tester. Nicely pouched there by Wigan as they bring it out to their own 20-metre line.
Confident catch there from Jacob Douglas, in for the injured Abbas Miskit. Miskit and Liam Farrell, I don't think they were 100% last week. You can't blame Matty Pete for trying to go strong.
Some interesting
changes.
Against Lee. It was against Lee, yeah. Some interesting changes in this side tonight. Adam Kieran being played in the halves alongside Harry Smith, because Jack Ferryman, we understand, has a bit of an injury. Still no Bevan French, of course, in the side either.
Really good. Thought he was really good, Kieran, last week, especially in defence.
Kieran passing it out wide to Eckersley, and now a lovely run for Jacob Douglas. Oh! And the tap back was superb. As Flanagan wraps it up, Wigan have to go again through Kieran into Harry Smith. Smith bringing it wide to the left flank. Down the hands it goes into Wardle. Wardle trying to skip his way through the Huddersfield defenders. And there is a penalty being given here for offside.
It's on the last tackle as well. It's a beautiful break from Jacob Douglas, almost away, but Bibby manages to just tap the ankle of the young winger.
Here's Havard for the home side. O'Neill waiting just behind him, goes along to his left side for Cade Ellis, going for the line himself, held up just short. O'Neill, but he's lost the ball here, Cade Ellis, by the looks of things. He's dropped it.
Well, he's right turning around saying that's been stripped, Fraser.
I didn't feel like there was a rip. You want a challenge?
They're going to challenge this one. Liam Farrell in conversation with Cade Ellis, and they confirm to the referee, Chris Kendall, that they do want to challenge that for the first time. Then we go to our video referee, Marcus Griffiths.
So we have a captain's challenge. Wigan are challenging the decision of a knock-on. So we have to see whether or not we can see the ball. So at this point, we have no view of the ball. We still have no view of the ball. And at that angle, we cannot see how that ball exits the tackle. We'll take a look at camera one. This could help us. So at the point that the ball comes out the tackle, the post pad blocks it, so we don't have a view there. We'll go to camera two. So camera two. We see no clear pulling action. We'll just check all the possible cameras just to make sure none of them show us anything else. So we'll have another look at this. So due to the angles we've seen, the challenge is inconclusive.
Well, the referee, Chris Kendall, was right in front of that. He told Cade Ellis, I didn't think there was a pull-in action. Went up to the video referee, Marcus Griffiths. There was a little bit of something there. The more you watched it, the more you saw the arm of Zach Wolford over the ball. Was it pulling, tugging away? Is this the angle? No, you can see the ref is right in front of it.
Very, very difficult one to call that.
When Cade Ellis was so passionate, I thought he's either 100% right here, or he's going to look rather foolish.
Well, the upshot is that Huddersfield have come away with the ball, and it's Tane Milne midway inside his own territory. As Frawley gets it away to Flanagan, and now Sam Halsall.
And just for our viewers, I'm not sure whether we've covered it, because it was inconclusive. They keep the challenge and they can use it again. That's the big gamble, using your challenge so early in the game.
Leroy Cudjoe His 400th appearance for Huddersfield Giants tonight, and it was lovely to see that he was presented with a special shirt at a presentation at the Giants training ground a couple of days ago that involved Adrian Morley and also Leroy's daughter Peyton reading a poem about how much he means to her. It was really touching stuff. A great servant of the game for the Huddersfield Giants, and still going strong. His side in front at the moment then by 6 points to 0. 11 minutes gone here. Huddersfield doing some good defending inside Wigan territory.
You're not square.
Ethan Havard for Wigan. Brad O'Neill waiting just behind him. Wigan not really clicking into gear yet in these early stages.
Kicking on 4 again, Fraser. A typical pattern for Wigan. It was a couple of outside backs. The last carry was from a forward, a quick play of the ball, then they kick it downfield.
Flanagan at the back with Tui Lolohea waiting just behind him. Jacob Gargai getting shoved back here. And now Tane Milne again. Have a look and see whether he decides to go for the offload. But what a great carry, as you say. Tane Milne loves an offload, but elected to go on his own on that particular occasion.
Another one from Matty English, getting good meters after contact. Wigan, they won't enjoy this. They pride themselves on the control and their ability to control the speed of the play of the ball.
Tristan Powell with that run before Zach Wolford bringing it forward now, and a chip forward in towards the edge of the touchline, and then a great covering tackle as well coming in from Harry Rushton. The referee has blown the whistle again, and it's offside.
A welcome penalty for Wigan Warriors. Matty Pete and Thomas Luluai just over to our right. Very animated with the speed and the control that Huddersfield have got around the ruck. If the defenders aren't ready, the markers aren't set, then there are fractures that Huddersfield Giants at some point will take advantage of.
Junior Nsemba with one of his cannonball runs through the centre of the field. O'Neill waiting, and there's just not the same speed from Wigan as there has been from Huddersfield in this opening 13
like
minutes.
They picked up where they left off last week, a little bit sloppy with the ball, not enough contact, not enough control in the play of the ball. Sean O'Loughlin down at pitch side looks after the defensive side of Wigan Warriors play. He'll have worked with them this week.
Long pass out to Wardle, and now Christian Wade with his first chance to really run at the line, but he's run out of space. Still going though. Lovely footwork from Christian Wade. This is exactly what Wigan wanted to see when they decided to bring him over. And he gets the and then just at the last moment an incorrect play of the ball. And that's perhaps just a little bit of inexperience.
What a shame. What a shame. I'm sure his teammates will forgive him the odd blip if he keeps coming up with carries like he did when he had the ball. He's got lovely footwork, hasn't he? 34 years of age. It's not easy to understand the mechanics. It looks a simple task, doesn't it? Stand up, play the ball with your foot, but if you're not used to it, you're not used to it. In the car I was thinking about some of the great players that Wigan have had, including Sir Billy Boston, but during my sort of time in the game, I think about Inga the winger who came from Rugby Union, Scott Quinnell, the big Welsh forward, Martin O'Fire, of course. There's going to be a bedding in period. The thing for Christian Wade is he's 34 years of age, so he's got to learn and learn quick.
Well, he's still the 4th all-time Premiership try scorer behind a certain Mr. Chris Ashton, former resident of these parts, of course. So he knows exactly where the try line is, and he's been pulling up trees, we understand, for the reserves over the last few weeks. They've been very impressed with him here at Wigan. But at the moment, Leroy Cudjoe, with all the experience in the world, a lovely little offload, finding Zach Wolford. Now Tristan Powell. Powell dancing round defenders again, and he's lost the ball now, this time picked up by Liam Farrell.
Yeah, the big Aussie forward hits, spins, and the ball is dislodged. It's the Giants' turn to be sloppy.
Movement! Don't go early, Zach. Wait with me,
O'Neill.
wait with me. Go on.
Waiting for the ball to come out from Jacob Douglas, and now Cade Ellis.
Two. Move! Back to her, Harry. Don't go early. Go, two.
Here's Farrell again, who's forcing that error a few moments ago, which meant that Wigan regained possession. Brad O'Neill once more through the hands of Ellis, and now Kieran and Semba. Semba just brought down before Field finds Kieran again. Back out through the middle for Ethan Havard. Right in front of the post now here, about 15 metres from the Huddersfield line. They go wide to the left-hand side. Harry Smith goes for the kick to the corner. Flanagan spots it and pouches it well.
Yeah, Wigan trying to push Huddersfield over that side. Like, it looks a laboured carry from Ethan Havard. Ends up with the ball on the...
Come on, all the way.
Not his usual venom while carrying that ball.
Wait here. Go.
Time Milne with the run, finding Tui Lolohea, and now Jacob Gagai
Moving, Ben! Back.
on his own 20. Here's the try scorer, Lolohea. Quick hands from Matt Frawley into Sam Halsall.
Move!
And they are moving the ball around very, very quickly here, Huddersfield, when they're in possession. Ashton Golding has come on as a substitute for the visitors. This is the last one, and Lolohea will boot the kick towards the corner. This is a tester for Wade.
Oh, he just lost that.
Lost it a little bit in the sun, perhaps, because there's just that tiny little patch in the corner now where the sun is going down. Maybe just a little flash in his eyes.
Oh, he's very experienced. And I don't know whether he was a bit too leisurely.
Just took his eyes off it. Just a millisecond.
He's got the yips at the minute, hasn't he? He made that mistake with the play of the ball. A simple, fundamental, basic mistake. All the great players, they all make mistakes, Fraser, but the best ones get rid of the memory and the shadow of that quicker.
Tristan Powell is the player who's gone off for Huddersfield, replaced by Ash Golding, as Huddersfield shift it along down the left side here for Jake Bibby over in the corner. Quickly from Halsall into Tui Lolohea. Now Cudjoe. 10 metres from the line, stealing an extra yard or two. Wolford waits just behind him. Goes for Golding instead, though, but misses it out and goes for Frawley, who's very close to the line. Still going, Matt Frawley. And just brought down, inches away from the line. Huddersfield go again. Tui Lolohea over the top into the corner, and Jacob Gagai. And the Huddersfield Giants have come here to spoil the party, and they are doing a very, very good job of it indeed. 2 tries inside 19 minutes for the visitors, and Wigan look all at sea.
Well, Wigan Warriors look a little bit disjointed in defence. It all came from that mistake from the winger. Christian Wade will be so disappointed with that. But the Huddersfield Giants, with a really telling pass, find the space, find the overlap, score the try in the corner. It's a mistake that anybody could make, but magnified under this set of circumstances. And Tui Lolohea finds the winger Gagai, just floats the ball over the defenders. Christian Wade has come in trying to get a little piece of that ball. 10, maybe 12-0 down here, the Wigan Warriors.
Jacob Gagai's 7th Super League try of this season. And Christian Wade getting a baptism of fire.
He's made a couple of mistakes, Fraser, but there's little signals and little signs within the play of Wigan that they're just a little bit off. You can see the guy in the yellow t-shirt there, Sean O'Loughlin, an icon of this club, as I said, looks after the defensive side of the game. The reset, the factory reset of any Wigan side is, look, let's get back to defending well.
George Flanagan then, Has 1 from 1 so far. ...26 goals to his credit now so far this season. Can he make it 27? He's pulled this one. So the answer to the question is no.
Well, 20 minutes on the clock. Wigan have rotated a couple of forwards. Patrick Mago and Cruz Leeming enter the field now. And you can see some players up, some players back. Wardle probably ball watching a little bit. And you can't ball watch with a player of the quality of Tuilola here.
Mago and Leeming, though, will add a very different dimension to Wigan. Mago, in particular, having huge bite, and there he is involved straight away. What a massive hit on Matty English.
He's hurt him.
Big hit and an immediate impact for the substitute. As Wolford finds Golding. Havard and Mago in the tackle, along with Cruz Leeming.
Hold here, go for it.
Here's that hit. Huge.
Big contact, isn't it? Big
Huge
contact
from Patrick Mago.
That's what he wants to do. He wants to lift his side. Cruz Leeming can defend, but his input and involvement will come with ball in hand.
17 stone 11. Patrick Mago, you don't want that running at you, and Cudjoe has lost it here.
Fraser, there's more than 17 stone 10 in that number 15.
That's the official figure.
Yeah.
Wait here.
Wigan have regained it, though.
I think he's knocked a stone or two off there, but he's a big man, got good agility, that late footwork, and what Huddersfield Giants don't want to do is give cheap possession away.
Chance for Leeming to have an effect on play. Here he is, a wrecking ball. Brought down by 3 in the tackle, and then 2 eventually by Huddersfield. Leeming plays it quickly, finding Harry Smith. Adam Kieran out wide to the right-hand side for Zach Eckersley, trying to run at defenders to the 10-metre line. Huddersfield now having to do some defending. The Wigan attack has a different complexion to it now, thanks to these two. Mago, post-contact meters being stolen by the big fella, and tying up 3 in the tackle in the process. Leeming goes to the opposite side this side. Here's Kieran out to Eckersley. Brought down just short. Leeming goes back inside. Kieran with the kick to the corner. Everybody chasing after it. The hands go up, and it's straight into the hands of the Huddersfield Giants.
We're just into the second quarter of this game. That's the best passage of play for a good while now for Wigan now. Adam Kieran, the makeshift standoff, puts a decent kick in, and it's now time for Wigan to just try and apply a little bit of pressure to the Giants. Patrick Mago too high on the former Wigan player Harry Rushton.
Well, Mago having another impact again there. And the referee calling that one back because it was just a little bit high from Patrick Mago.
He's been playing well, Harry Rushton. As I said, he started his career here at the Wigan Warriors. Short spell over in Australia has brought him to the Huddersfield Giants. Patrick Mago will want better involvements than that.
Huddersfield regain possession then on the 40-metre line.
George King on for the Giants now. He'll add some stability in the middle.
It's nice to see George King getting a good run of games after what was a terrible start to his Huddersfield career following his transfer from Hull KR with that dislocated and broken leg injury. Tane Milne. Midway inside Wigan territory now. They've been knocking on the door many a time. Tuilola now with Ashton Golding. Further metres gained for another Huddersfield veteran. Wolford goes short in towards King. And now it's a lovely offload. Lolohea will come away with it. Just 10 metres from the line. A dab across into the in-goal area, but well picked up by the Huddersfield defenders, who bring him back inside. And it was Jacob Douglas who was almost dragged back in. Almost dragged back in.
Did remarkably well, Jacob Douglas. Showed huge amount of bravery.
Well, the posts are still wobbling as Christian Wade comes away with it.
Nice work from the backfield there. Both wingers, Zach Eckersley, coming to take some pressure. Jake Wardle will get a touch.
Here's what happened.
Oh, wow.
Had it not been for the posts in the way there, Huddersfield would have had Jacob Douglas tackled in goal. Meantime, they have possession again, though, but it's deep inside their own territory. Jacob Gargay bringing it back with Flanagan waiting just behind him. Just had a little look there, wasn't quite sure where to go. Huddersfield with 2 wins in their last 3. After having won just one of their first 14 this season. They'd had such a nightmare with injuries, but the win at Castleford last week, the win at Warrington 3 weeks ago, combined with that performance where they pushed Wigan all the way just before that against the Dewsbury Stadium, rather, showing that this side probably doesn't deserve to be in the position it's in, given the way they're playing at the moment. Wolford in towards Lolohea. Lolohea finding space, finding Gargay out towards the left side, getting it back in field. Flanagan now looking to take the kick, goes for the offload instead. Tane Milne will run out of space, will he? He's managed to keep it alive. Gobbled up by Patrick Baker.
Wigan well and truly switching off there. Tuilologia probably runs 12 metres before anybody gets to him. Those are the small things I'm talking about, Fraser.
I'm just keeping an eye on
clocking off. Don't clock off.
I'm just
He's
keeping
the
an eye
most
on Matt
dangerous
Pate.
man on the field, Tuilologia.
Just keeping a close eye on Matt Pate's expression away to our right-hand side. I mean, the man has a poker face at the best of times, but he can't be happy with what he's seeing from his Wigan side this evening. Leeming out wide to the left flank. Oh, this is lovely work from Jay Field. Field finding a gap through the middle. Field needs some opportunity here. Oh, it's forward to Liam Farrell. It was forward. The try line was begging. And Liam Farrell and Jay Field just overcooked it. And the home fans can't believe they have burned a try.
It's the correct decision. It was a good metre and a half forward from Jay Field. His dancing feet find some space. Look, Liam Farrell has to probably start his run in front of the speedy fullback. But it's up to the timing of Jay Field. He's got to get that right. Yeah. I don't put the blame on Farrell.
Well, Field was probably half thinking about the rapidly advancing George Flanagan coming towards him as well. Keeping half an eye on Flanagan and didn't see the change in the run of Liam Farrell. But a certain try goes begging for the home side.
They're just a little bit off. Wigan just a little bit off. There's no doubt Mago and Cruz Leeman have boosted the team. They haven't halted that slide in maybe attitude. Their attitude just isn't quite right.
There's another penalty here. This time Wigan are not the full 10 back, so they'll get another penalty here. And this is the kind of discipline that will have Matt Pete tearing the walls down at half-time, I think.
It's just what the Huddersfield Giants need. Let's not forget there are 2 teams here. We're obviously looking at Wigan. It's a big night for Sir Billy Boston. But Huddersfield Giants have done absolutely everything right so far.
Luke Robinson will be delighted, but this has been coming from Huddersfield. If you've seen anything of them in the last few weeks, then on the whole their performances have been improving time and time and time again. As a big tackle goes in there on Harry Rushton, Ashton Golding, Matt Frawley, and then in towards the left flank for Joe Greenwood. They go again. Wolford to Frawley, going for the line himself. Kieran involved in the tackle, along with Cruz Leeming and Jay Field. Wolford waiting, watches, goes to his right-hand side for Golding. And back Patrick may go again. What an influence he's having on the Wigan Warriors now since coming on. Lollahea, little reverse pass for Flanagan, back in towards Gargai, but he's lost it. This one, they've spilled it.
Well, there's a question mark here. You look at Milne, and he gives the game away. I think the referee, Chris Kendall, just looking at how to restart the game.
So, a decision to be made here, because we are going to the video referee again. And Marcus Griffiths will have a look at this one.
So it's tackle 5. We have an on-field decision of no try. So the ball is passed. The ball is passed backwards. Has that ball been touched by French? No, it hasn't. Field. The ball is then lost forward by Milne. No, so the ball is lost forward by Milne. He touches the ball and then is tackled by Wardle. And Flanagan, that's with Joss, has Milne put Flanagan back onside, which means it will be... So Milne has got in front of Flanagan, which places Flanagan back onside. However, it's still a knock-on. I have a decision.
Well, not the most difficult of decisions for the video referee to make on this occasion. Sane Milne clearly bringing the ball forward.
The questions were all around Jay Field. Did he actually get his hand to that? And then when the knock-on happens from Milne, he then plays Flanagan onside, so it's just a straight knock-on.
The Wigan fans breathe a sigh of relief. Who on earth would have thought on this night of nights for Billy Boston that the home side would be trailing with half an hour gone by 10 points to nil and almost on the verge of losing another try.
And it's a lovely trick play again. Tuilagi here heavily involved. George Flanagan ends up in space, can't find any support. But the Giants are the better side in the opening 30 minutes.
Don't think we can deny that. Needs more bits of brilliance from this man, Jay Field, if Wigan are to get back into this game. Farrell, another one of the old campaigners for Wigan, still going strong. And so Wardle gets it out wide to Smith, and then Havard through the middle. 3 in the tackle for Huddersfield Giants. Leeming gets it out, and the kick forward. This will be straight down the throat of Jacob Gargai, who takes it well. Gets away from Cruz Leeming, but not Patrick Mago.
Good positioning from Huddersfield Giants. Jacob Gargai catches the ball on the full, and that's why the carry from Jake Bibby is on the front foot. Again, too quick for Wigan.
Sane Milne, lovely offload from him. As Frawley has it now through the middle. They just don't seem to be able to get hold of Huddersfield at the moment, Wigan. As Wolford again through the middle with Frawley. They're so quick at the play of the ball here, Huddersfield Giants. Back in again. This time it's with Sam Hewitt, who's come on as a substitute. 10 metres from the Wigan line. Wolford into Lollahea. Lollahea looking. Lovely offload from Rushton. Gobbled up this time, though, and that'll be a confidence settler from Christian Wade, who's managed to keep the ball in play as well. Nice
play, nice anticipation from the veteran rugby union winger. Takes the gamble, on this occasion comes up with the ball. That'll settle his nerves down, won't it? But again, the most dangerous player on the field is Tuilagi here. All the time in the world, everybody on the heels, waiting to see what he's going to do. You can't stand and watch a player like that.
It was a good read from Christian Wade. That will help him with his nerves. And Samba rolls it back for Leeming. And once again, the kick from Harry Smith. And a bit of spiral on that one. As Flanagan picks it up and finds Gargai.
You can see that the Giants have game planned. They know it's coming. They've got 3 players back, full back and both wingers. There's a player down on his haunches there. I'm not sure. I think it's Sam Hewitt. Just a bit of blood in his mouth. Might have loosened a couple of teeth while he's at it.
Ooh, it does look a nasty one, that. It is Sam Hewitt who's having the attention from the physio. That man will be very happy indeed.
He'd be delighted with the way his team have stuck to what you can only assume is the game plan. They look very deliberate in their application. Sam Hewitt probably going to get that wound assessed. I don't know where it comes. I don't know whether it's one of his teammates or not. It's either his lip or a couple of his teeth.
Is there a dentist in the house?
Professor Chris Brooks is not only a doctor, but he's a dentist as well, Fraser. I bet you didn't know that, did you?
I did not know he was a dentist. I know his wife is a dentist. Huddersfield in possession then. To the halfway line for Tristan Powell, who's come back on for the Giants. Wolford, that looked like a forward pass, but it's flat, says the referee. They get away with it.
They're getting good width from the play of the ball. When it's not a quick ruck, there's a 8-10 metre pass to get away from the teeth of the defence. There's a tight one, drawing in defenders.
Sir Billy Boston watching on from the sidelines, but it's the visitors who are in possession here, in towards the left flank, and just 10 metres short of the line here before the ball is turned over.
Decent edge defence. Zach Eckersley, Jacob Douglas over on that far right side looked very comfortable and confident in defence. Had a lot of work to do in the first half. They look like they need a spark, Wigan. They tried to introduce it through Lehman and Patrick Maygo, but it's flattened out again, hasn't it?
Well, he certainly gave them an initial spark when the two of them came on. They did look more threatening, but as you say, Barry, just gone into a little bit more of a lull now. Huddersfield will be absolutely delighted with the way their game plan has worked out so far. Wardle doing well to run down the sidelines here, but he's run into trouble. Wade's just behind him. Everyone away to his right-hand side. Field with a cross-field kick. Flanagan underneath it. He's had a solid first 34 minutes.
Ball.
Flanagan.
Lovely ball, lovely line run by Bibby as well.
Flanagan again, offloading it quickly for Halsall through the middle. Offloading once again for Rushton. Gaps are opening up here for Tane Milne.
It's simple but very effective. Players pass it to players in a better position.
Gargai waiting behind him. Goes to his left for Tui Lolohea. Now Ashton Golding to run at the Wigan defence. Wolford at dummy half, finding Frawley. Going for Lolohea. Quick hands again from Halsall, but that one went forward. Too far in front of Jake Bibby and spotted very easily by the referee.
They had to make a decision. Wigan defensively came in, and the rush in that pass meant that as soon as he catches it and tries to pass it in the same action, the same motion, Sam Halsall nudges it forward. Another player with Wigan on his CV. Both Halsall and Jake Bibby spent time here at Wigan.
Yeah, they're all over the place on this side again. Joe Greenwood, another one. Here's Leeming, who of course played for Huddersfield many years ago. Patrick Maygo brought to ground. And there just doesn't seem to be the same sort of speed or urgency from Wigan that there is from Huddersfield as Eckersley goes down in the tackle. Leeming bringing it cross field. Wigan trying to bring it out wide again now. An opportunity for Wade to go chasing into the corner, chipping the ball forward. Gagai is shepherding it all the way back and did very, very well there to kick and gather. Christian Wade denied.
A kick on the third tackle from Christian Wade.
Oh, another mistake. Oh, dear.
Do you know what? I have no idea what constitutes a knock-on now, because that seemed to go backwards to me. It's a very risky pass, but we do not... That, what? Cut back. We know George
you can see
Flanagan,
Jake Levy wasn't happy with that.
If there's but listen, if there's a player in a better position, it's worked well for the Giants so far. You know that George Flanagan, he's got the confidence to throw.
Wigan gifted an opportunity then. Adam Kieran going for the line himself. Just a couple of metres short. Leeming trying to get the ball away, but a player in the way there.
Joe Greenwood.
The aforementioned. As Leeming sees the tackle completed. Here's Ellis going for the line himself. Ashton, Golding and George King trying to bring him down along with Tristan Powell. Wigan gifted a chance here and knocking on the door as Harry Smith looking to go himself here. Harry Smith under the post. Brilliant work from Harry Smith. Twinkle toes from the halfback. The referee though wants to have another look at this one. It was absolutely sensational work, but the referee says he's not sure. It might be some crossing involved here, and so we go once again to Marcus Griffiths.
So it is tackle 3. We have an on-field decision of no try. So we'll go further back here. So we'll take the wide angle. So at this point, Mago is in front of the ball. And has he materially disadvantaged George King? So he's ahead of the ball at this point. Which has affected King's place in the defensive line. Thank you, I have a decision.
That's a tough one, that.
That's a big call. That is a big call. This is going to be no try due to the interference that Patrick Mago has had on the play, and Harry Smith is denied.
There's no doubt Patrick Mago is probably 6 or 7 metres in front. He makes contact with George King, does his best to get back on side, and in the referee and the video referee, Marcus Griffiths and Chris Kendall, he affected George King to the point where he couldn't make that tackle. I'm not sure whether I agree with that. You can see the big man there. No, George King could make that tackle.
Well,
he's tired. He's too tired to make it, George King.
Patrick Mago was just watching the big screen here.
He did everything right, tried to get back on side.
Yeah, and he was shaking his head watching it being replayed. He couldn't believe what was happening there. Doesn't agree with that decision at all.
I like Harry Smith when he takes defenders on. Obviously, he's got a wonderful kicking game. He's got a fabulous decision-making process. He's got good hands when he uses that pass. But I always think the biggest threat he poses when he takes defenders on. Joe Greenwood has left the field. I think he's rotated with Leroy Cudjoe. I think they've been hard done to that.
Well, the bottom line is we've got less than 2 minutes on the clock in the first half, and Huddersfield still lead by 10 points to 0. And they have possession just inside their own half as well. Boos ringing round the Brick Community Stadium. Wolford waiting for the ball after Powell was tackled. Golding to Cudjoe. almost up to the halfway line. And they'll be happy to just keep possession here, Wigan, Huddersfield rather, and keep Wigan at bay.
They've got two now, haven't they? They've got Sam Hewitt and Joe Greenwood in the head injury assessment category.
Well, that could have a big effect on the rest of the game if either of those two don't pass their HIAs. We'll keep you up to date from the sideline whenever we hear a result. High testing ball, Wade goes for it, he's lost it. Gargai will come away with it. Loose ball. Referee telling all the Wigan players to get back onto their own try line here as Flanagan finds Lollahea. Ashton Golding now for Huddersfield. Into the last 30 seconds of the first half. Wolford waits. Goes to his left side. Short pass and Lollahea drops his lollies.
I think that's the first mistake from Tui Lollahea. He wants that pass exactly right with rushing defenders towards him and a mind full of magic that he's got to try and decipher to decide what he's going to do when he gets the ball in his hands, but what he's got to do is catch it first.
Tui Lollahea just dropping the ball there, and as you say, Barry, pretty much the first mistake he's made during this game, because he has been absolutely outstanding for the Huddersfield Giants so far. He has a broken jaw, so he will play no further part in this game. Joe Greenwood has also failed his HIA, so he will also play no further part in this game. Barry, a major blow. 2 players missing for Huddersfield Giants, but they have that 10-point advantage. What do both sides have to do here?
Well, it's made all the more difficult with those 2 rotational forwards missing, but what do the Giants have to do? Well, they just simply have to keep playing. They've been good with the ball, they've been brave when it's come time to pass. Keep the foot down, keep on accelerate, play aggressive and stay connected in defence. What do Wigan need to do? Well, the discipline has been off, their execution has been off, and they've failed to control the play of the ball. So much of rugby league starts with the play of the ball. For me, Jay Field has to have more touches. Harry Smith has to have a greater involvement, but for those 2 players to get involved, players like Patrick Mago have to do their stuff in the middle around the play of the ball. All to play for Fraser.
We've seen it, haven't we, time and time again, when Wigan have had their backs to the wall. Champions find a way, and they're going to have to go some here if they're going to beat this Huddersfield side. Straight away, a show of intent there as Patrick Mago gets the offload out to Jay Field. They've clearly been given a bit of a flea in their ear by Matt Pete about moving the ball more quickly in the ruck, as Leeming picks it up from the back of Ethan Havard.
What we do know about Matty Pete is he's not a shouter. He's not somebody that will be slamming doors and kicking bottles. He'll have gone in with a detailed analysis of that first 40 minutes, given some instructions to his players, and it's up to them to try and carry that out.
Leeming again for the home side. Oh my word, Cade Ellis of all the players. Cade Ellis with a knock-on right on the halfway line.
I think that's the 3rd or 4th occasion that Cade Ellis, who is an ever-present and a consistent performer for Wigan, has come up with a basic mistake.
So many of these errors which you just wouldn't expect to see from Wigan Warriors, as Harry Rushton goes down in the tackle and gets it wide out to the left-hand side now. Here's Leroy Cudjoe being tackled by Nsemba and Leeming. Wolford back to Golding again, who's been another player who's had a big effect, and there's been another 6 here for Huddersfield as well. What an opportunity this is now to further extend their lead as George King brings it forward for the visitors. Wolford goes the other way this time, into Golding. Mago flops down on top of him in the tackle. Wolford marshalling his troops away to his left-hand side. Offload from Frawley in towards Leroy Cudjoe. High ball to Lollahea. Short again into Rushton. Rushton trying to steal an extra couple of metres, but going backwards now with some determined Wigan defence. Wolford for Lollahea. the maestro of the first half for Huddersfield. Down the line it goes, and this time it's Flanagan who drops the pass.
Yeah, knock on by the fullback, just too far out in front of him. I'm just having a look at how Huddersfield Giants have had to reshuffle. Harry Rushton looks like he's the right edge back rower. Ashton Golden is locking in at loose forward. And Leroy Cudjoe on that 400th game is the left edge back rower. It's too far in front of the fullback. There are only small minor adjustments in terms of positional play for the Huddersfield Giants, but somebody like Ashton Golden is going to have to play big minutes now, as is Harry Rushton. They haven't got the luxury of spelling and rotating some of the bigger forwards. That's a nice carry from Christian Wade.
Pumping those big thighs of his. Christian Wade leaning, going on his own before finding Ellis again. Leeming once more. Well, it looks as though Bibby was activated as the 18th man, we're hearing from the sidelines, following the original call for Adam Swift to be part of the side. So Swift perhaps with
Jack Bibby.
Jack Bibby, sorry. As Eckersley has it for the home side. There's so much going on the pitch, it's difficult to know exactly what's happening sometimes.
Yeah, great stuff from Paul Kidd on the sideline there. That information is invaluable. A mistake from Wigan.
They've lost the ball here.
Off a high kick.
Gargai claiming he's come up with it.
So again, just to fill everybody in, the disruption in their Giants ranks is still a threat. They still have players just patching up and playing different positions, but Jack Bibby, brother of Jake, who was 18th man, is now called into action because of the because of those head injury assessments.
Smith in the tackle on Ashton Golding as Lolohea plays a short ball.
That's interesting. You can hear, hopefully everyone can hear it all, Chris Kendall pleading with the Wigan players. Get off, get off. You can see Wigan deliberately laying on, trying to buy a little bit more time at the play of the ball.
Wolford, Lolohea with the kick, going for the corner. And it's a difficult one, but Jay Field watched it all the way and dealt with it well.
Third tackle. An early kick from the Huddersfield Giants, taking a leaf out
of the Wigan book.
Yeah.
Wade for the home side. Leeming quickly into Farrell.
Liam Byrne on for Wigan now. The Irish international will carry this ball forward. He's always got a couple of strong carries in him early on.
And here he is. Smith out towards Farrell. Leeming again. Smith going for the corner, but high for Jay Field to go chasing after, and Flanagan couldn't quite muscle his way through, but that was well watched by Tristan Powell, and the home fans don't like that decision either.
It went backwards. It went backwards.
This time it did.
As I said, I have no idea what a knock-on is now. Crowd getting behind Wigan now.
They need to. They need to, because they are under the cosh here, the champions. Huddersfield Giants well worthy of their 10-0 lead. Flanagan working at dummy half to Cudjoe as Eckersley and Kieran and Douglas try and bring him down. Adam Kieran, having signed a new 3-year contract with the club earlier this week.
He's not unfamiliar to playing at half-back. He did it during his time at Catalan. I thought, as I say, in defeat and in defence last week, he was really impressive.
He's having an impressive season. Here's Christian Wade, who's having a debut to remember for the Wigan Warriors. Perhaps not entirely with fondness.
He's a good rugby player. Look, they're two different games, Fraser. Let's be right about it. But he's done his work, he's done his prep. and he's going to have to learn really quickly.
It is brutal, though, isn't it, when you come in
But he will
to a
score
game like
tries.
this.
He will score tries, mark my words.
I do not doubt that. Farrell. Field into Wardle. Wade just waiting behind him. Wade then it is. Down the line they go. Kieran offloading to Nsemba. Leamy wants it quick. Smith going for the corner.
Nasty.
So much spiral on that, and it caught Flanagan out. Farrell will pinch up the loose ball, will he? Well, it's all over the place here.
What a kick from Harry Smith. That was one of those spiral ones I was talking about in the first half. He dropped a couple now, George Flanagan. Under enormous pressure. He's got players in his face. He's got some intensity in that chase team in Cherry and White. And he's also got to deal with an awful kick. That's great work from Zach Eckersley. If Zach Eckersley doesn't make the effort, there's not as much stress in George Flanagan's mind, and he may well have caught that. Great work from the centre.
Field out back towards Christian Wade in the corner. On his debut, Christian Wade. Barry, you called it. You said this man is going to score tries, and you're absolutely right. Having got over his nerves and the jitters early on, put through in the corner. Christian Wade scores his first try for the Wigan Warriors.
Well, the try he scored on the left, but all the set-up play and all the work he's done on the right by Zach Eckersley, who chases hard and for me forces the mistake of George Flanagan. Everybody's delighted for this man. 34 years of age, the former England, Great Britain and Ireland Lions and Gloucester Rugby Union player. Here's the mistake from the unfortunate George Flanagan. From the scrum, nice play. Harry Smith gives it to Jayfield, and a delightful, inviting pass by the fullback. And everybody in the stadium wishing him over the sideline. Over the try line. That will settle his nerves. And it looks like a popular member of the squad already.
Well, as I say, he's been getting rave reviews playing for the reserves during his time here at Wigan. They've kept his powder dry. Matty Pete and the team waiting and waiting for the right sort of opportunity. And tonight, a try on debut.
And those are the bits, you know, when we talk about the intricacies and the nuances of rugby league, he'll have to pick that up. But that's his bread and butter, scoring tries.
Adam Kieran then, with a chance to add 2 more points. 57 Super League goals to his credit so far this season. Only Artur Morg has scored more. And that is between the posts from a very, very tight angle. A class kick from a class player.
Perfect start for Wigan Warriors and Christian Wade. He's had a few nervous moments, a few anxious moments, but no mistake about that. Lovely stuff.
Well, it was going to be absolutely vital for Wigan to get back into this game, to score early if they possibly could. And they are starting to look perhaps a little bit of a different proposition now. So whatever Matty Pete said to his players at half-time, Barry, to some degree, it is starting to work.
I suspect he's talked about investing in the basics of the game, building into the game, making sure you go through your sets, you work hard, meters after contact, focusing on the small aspects of the game.
Eckersley trying to roll off the tackles of Wolford and Bibby. Ellis to Smith to Field. It's opening up a little bit here now for Wigan as Wardle goes down in the tackle. Field waits. Out towards the left side again to attack from a little bit of space, and Farrell with a high kick this time. Wade chasing after it. He's gone backwards. They've kept it in play here. They're still going high over the top for Jacob Douglas to go running at the defenders. Bringing it back in again. He's still kept it alive. Here's Tyler Dupree. Dupree fending off tackles left, right and centre. They're still going. Harry Smith out wide to Douglas. Douglas trying to find some space in the corner. This time they managed to get it out to Nsemba. Cross kick from Smith. Out it goes. Looking into the corner for Waddle. Waddle! Oh! Oh! Champagne Rugby League from the champions. What a try! What a try in the corner! Absolutely incredible stuff. We say it time and time again, but somehow champions find a way.
Well, the accuracy of that kick from Harry Smith right at the back end was absolutely incredible, and the finish from Jake Wardle, well, that's something else. But the lead-up play, offload, up me, round me, over me.
Good luck with this, Barry.
Yeah, it's a decision from Harry Smith under pressure from Huddersfield Giants to find the first pass to Liam Farrell, second pass, third pass, wild one from Cade Ellis. I'm going to attempt to count how many passes are in it, but it must be double figures. It must be double figures.
I'm not sure you can count that far.
If there's more than 10, I'll use all your fingers. That's the one, isn't it? Cool head and the skill and execution to find the widest player with the cutest kick.
Well, I tell you what, we've seen some incredible tries scored in the last couple of weeks in Super League, but
wow.
that has got to be right up there from Jake Wardle.
Well, I saw the one against Wigan from Lee live. I watched Leeds and Lockie Miller on Sunday at Hull KR, but that's right up there with them. And that 10-0 half-time scoreline has evaporated. This to take the lead for the Wigan Warriors.
The Warriors have come out looking like a different animal. Completely different animal in this second half. And all of a sudden, the game is turned on its head inside 14 minutes of the second half. This for Adam Kieran then, to try and make it 2 from 2 and put the home side in front. He struck it well, and it's through the sticks. And listen to the roar from the Wigan Warriors fans.
Well, that was a perfect example of patience with the ball, losing ground at time. Wigan, as I said, that big booming pass from Cade Ellis. Fine Douglas. Tyler Dupree, whilst losing metres, finds his half-back partner. A couple of involvements from Jacob Douglas. It's lovely stuff from Wigan.
It was just incredible how Wardle just paused, didn't quite realise he got the ball there, and he got some space before he went for it. You haven't missed much in the meantime as we replayed that try to you. Wigan are in possession, but they're a good way inside their own half at the moment. Tyler Dupree, who was a big part of that try, pushing his way through. And it was the kind of try that man would have been proud to have been part of. Kick forward from Smith, takes a deflection, and Shea Field picking up the loose ball, or has he? Smith comes away with it again this time. The referee's got a decision to make.
It's a one-on-one ball steal into a knock-on, so it's going to be a scrum Wigan ball.
Wigan are going to end up with this ball.
Where do you want the scrum, Wigan?
They've got possession. You remember we looked at them stats. 40% possession, 60 to Huddersfield Giants. Huddersfield have hardly touched the ball in this second half. It's a one-on-one strip, and Lola here loses it forward in the process of stripping the ball. That's the reason Wigan will get it from the scrum.
Let's go, heads in. Heads in.
Well, we're all still a bit breathless after that incredible try. Eckersley to the halfway line. As I say, we've seen some beauties over the last couple of weeks, but that may well have just taken the biscuit. Leeming off quick to Liam Byrne. Byrne stealing an extra metre or two. The platform is laid now for Wigan Warriors to move ahead further in this game as Adam Kieran gets it away. Down the right flank it'll go. Hands in there. Huddersfield, have they come away with it? The referee says it's a knock-on.
A knock on by Jay Bibby. Had that ball gone to hand, Douglas, I think, was in the clear. Jacob Douglas. Well, they're going to challenge this.
Well, challenge is being made. And once again, we'll hear from Marcus Griffiths.
I'm sure Jay Bibby touches it.
We have a catch challenge. Wigan, Huddersfield are challenging the decision of a knock-on. So the ball is passed. Passed again. Passed, and the ball is touched in flight there. Now we need to establish what direction that ball travels. So the ball hits the arm of a Huddersfield player and travels backwards in relation to the ground. So now we need to see what ends up happening with the ball. So has that ball now been touched by the Wigan player? No, it's been missed, so we can keep going. The Huddersfield player is now in possession and the tackle is complete. I have a decision.
Well, a lot going on in that challenge, but the challenge is successful.
Leroy! Sam also to play it.
Well, it's a rarity that happens, but nevertheless, Huddersfield successful on this particular occasion. You called it, Barry. You could see that the ball went backwards. It was what happened afterwards, though, and whether there was a Wigan hand in there.
Well, some welcome
decision.
Welcome possession for the Huddersfield Giants. They've hardly touched the ball for about 5 minutes, and then they've knocked it on. Jay Bibby failed to play the ball correctly.
Well, it never rains, but it pours.
This is a big period for Huddersfield Giants. You can feel the momentum that Wigan have got in this probably 5 or 6 minute period. They need to defend the try line, otherwise it could be floodgates open.
Let's go, Huddersfield.
Here it is.
He's not regained his feet. I think there's been an adjustment from Wigan in the play of the ball. They're trying to buy more time. They're trying to get more bodies on the tackled Huddersfield Giants player, slowing it down to their pace.
Don't forget, Huddersfield have lost 2 players as well due to head injury assessments as Leeming gets this one away in towards Tyler Dupree. Another big forward for the Wigan Warriors. They'll get another 6 here. Set restart as Liam Byrne goes for the line. 4 in the tackle for Huddersfield Giants. Tiring them out here. Cruz Leeming just lost it there. What happened there? Offside, says the referee. Flanagan have a swipe at that.
Cruz!
Yeah, some desperate actions from Huddersfield on goal line defence.
Dupree then, Byrne. 5 metres from the line with plenty of tackles in the bank here at Wigan. Desperate to take an opportunity. Tyler Dupree. Close to the line. 4 more in the tackle again. Leeming waits. Looks to his right-hand side. Goes short. It looks like there was a hand in there as well.
Again, yeah. And it's another penalty. Zach Wolford
can't reach round on the goal line. That's two on the bounce. That's two on the bounce. You know where it's going to go if you get that again.
Yeah, good communication from
If that happens again,
the referee. You can see Matty English there quite clearly. Reaches around.
Wigan have it again. Desperation from Huddersfield as they try and defend their line. Leeming goes for Smith. It almost went backwards behind him. And Semba now.
Move, Leroy! Fine. Hold.
Leeming again.
Go to.
Scampering back in towards Cade Ellis. He's quickly racked up in the tackle. Good defending from Huddersfield. They've pushed him back to the 10-metre line here, Wigan. Leeming to Smith and Semba. They're hunting in packs here, the men in blue shirts.
I tell you, he's hunting, and Semba's hunting a missed tackle off Matt Frawley.
Here's Liam Farrell. Farrell again, bringing it into the middle. Eating up the tackles here. Huddersfield Giants desperately defending. Leeming gets it short for Kieran. Down the line, over the top from Field, in towards Douglas. Douglas goes down.
Last tackle that for Wigan. I think the fact that he ran behind Zach Eckersley, Jacob Douglas has to take the tackle, otherwise he risks being penalised. But Junior Nsemba, the Wigan back rower, keeps running at Matt Frawley. That's going to result in a break, a line break or a try at some point.
Bit of relief for the Huddersfield Giants as they have possession.
But look where they are, Fraser. These are nervous carries. Everybody in the game describes them as tough. They are tough, but they're nervous carries too.
Harry Rushton for the Giants. Tackled just short of the 30-metre line. Oh, and another penalty given away.
Done very well there, very, very well. Harry Rushton finds himself out wide. Almost breaks the tackle of Christian Wade, and in an urgent act to play the ball, forces the hand of the referee. You can see he's desperate to get up and play the ball.
Further relief for Huddersfield then. Chance to take a little breather, having been under the cosh with 3 repeated sets, more or less on their own line. Golding stealing an extra couple of metres. Another one of those players who will run his blood to water for the Huddersfield cause. Matty English. Further metres being gained by the visitors. Zach Wolford now going backwards to Leroy Cujo. He steals a couple more. 20 metres now from the Wigan line. As Golding brings it back in for English. There's a nice knockout pass and a massive contact from Adam Kieran. Wolford back out to Frawley, to Cujo. Cujo just short of the line. Well, that is the turnover.
Defended that well, the Wigan Warriors. What a tackle. I said about his defence last week. Adam Kieran, shoulder right into the ribs. He knocks Matty English off his feet, knocks himself off his feet.
And that is no mean feat, knocking Matty English off his feet. He's a big lad. Speaking of which, Christian Wade's trying to get another extra yard or two for the home side. He's really growing into the game now.
Brad O'Neill back onto the field now. Cruz Leeming rotated, the 2 hookers.
Here is O'Neill. Ellis.
Obviously there's more playing Cruz Leeming. There's a bit more craft around the number 9. But he's no slouch, Brad O'Neill.
Well, they certainly have.
Oh, he's dropped it. He's dropped it. He had all the time in the world. The ball was dipping. Jake Bibby, who would have caught a kick like this 1,000 times.
He was backpedaling furiously, though.
He had hold of it. If you get your hands to it, you're entitled to catch it.
Let's go.
The fact that he was running away from the ball.
You've got to get a hold of Tiny Mill when he carries the ball, mate.
Oh, I'd be so disappointed. Luke Robinson and the Huddersfield Giants. Well, the last thing they needed to do was invite Wigan into their own half and let them have a look at the try line.
Wigan then have it back, and Wigan have found an extra gear in this second half. Here's Jay Field, lovely run from Jay Field. Wigan again knocking on the Huddersfield try line with Tyler Dupree shoving Leroy Cudjoe out of the way, and others still going. Tyler Dupree just close.
Oh, he's not far off,
has he got it down?
No, the ball is up. It's just on the legs of Matt Frawley. Such a difficult man to handle, isn't it? Wriggling, twisting, writhing.
And Chris Kendall had to have words with him to tell him to get out of the way.
It looks like some crazy game of Twister with a rugby ball.
Well, to be fair, Chris Kendall was in the ideal spot to see exactly there whether or not the ball had hit the floor, which it hadn't. But alarm bells ringing in the Huddersfield defence as O'Neill again finding Kieran. Smith back to Field. Field offloading for Wardle. He's in the corner again, Jake Wardle. And having been 10-0 down at half-time, Wigan Warriors extend their lead. Jake Wardle scores again. This one a little bit simpler than the previous for Wigan, but that will count just as much.
Well, the third try of the second half, the third try of the evening, and the second one for Jake Wardle. As you say, the previous try, 11 passes and 2 kicks, was like something out of the Globetrotters. This is a perfectly constructed play to put 3 attackers against 2 defenders. Tane Mill reversing, going backwards. Jacob Gagai exposed with an impossible decision to make. It's a great finish from Jake Wardle. He really is a world-class player, although there are a number of players in the cherry and white that have just been a little bit off. Jake Wardle certainly isn't one of them.
Jake Wardle, one of 7 players that have been called into the 32-man squad for the Ashes later in the year. Matty Pete looking a little bit more relieved and a bit happier. He should be a lot happier with the way his side have played in the second half.
Yeah, just a completely different attitude. Still not perfect, as you say. He's maybe 5 or 10 metres away from us to our right. He's not happy with the way that his side has performed, but I'm sure he won't lay any blame at Jake Wardle.
That's now 12 Super League tries for the season for Jake Wardle. And Adam Kieran now with his 3rd attempt on goal. Two from 2 so far.
Time back on.
Strikes it nicely. And the flags go up once again to make it 3 from 3. What a turnaround.
Some of the bigger players have really stood up, including that man playing out of position. Adam Kieran involved in the play, Harry Smith and Jay Field providing the try opportunity. Now there's a big gamble here. Kieran Rush been introduced onto the field by Luke Robinson. He wants to speed up around the road. Is that out on the full?
It is.
Oh wow.
Oh dear, it's all going the way of the pair.
I think it's George Flanagan who puts a bit too much beef on that kick. As we all know, we all recognise who watch rugby league, that kid has got a great future in the game. Only a young man still learning his trade. Tremendous potential.
Just 20 years of age. George Flanagan, he's played in 16 of the opening 19 games for Huddersfield Giants so far this season. And in what's been a really difficult year for the Giants, he's been one of the shining lights.
I heard somebody say, it was a coach of mine, used to, potential's only good if it's good enough now and useful now.
Wise words. Here's O'Neill. Smith. Field. Wigan now playing with a flourish, happy to throw the ball around. Confidence has been rushing through their veins again in this second half. O'Neill, short for Ellis, short again for Kieran. Kieran looking like he's going to go for the line himself. Wrap him up for Huddersfield. Referee shouting to the Huddersfield players not to reach round again like they did last time. Fields down the line again. Farrell still keeping it going, finding Christian Wade. Wade brought down. This is the last one. Wardle, double try scorer, waiting just behind him. Smith goes for the high kick. Takes a deflection, did it? That'll be play on. They're still going here.
Six
Kane
more
Ellis.
tackles.
6 more. What a gift this is for the home side. O'Neill, short to Tyler Dupree. This time Tyler Dupree bursts his way through the Huddersfield line like a wrecking ball.
Well, you're not stopping him that close to the line. The question is, did he manage to keep hold of the ball?
With a live call of try.
Well, Chris Kendall has given it as a try on the pitch, but Marcus Griffiths will have the last word.
So it's tackle one, we have an on-field decision of try. So Dupree is in possession of the ball at this point. He remains in possession. The ball is still in the hand and arm. The ball appears to still be in the hand and arm. We will just check it from the back angle to confirm. So the ball remains in the hand. You can see the fingers never come away from the ball. The fingers remain on the ball all the way to the ground. I have a decision.
Well, just listen to the noise from the Wigan fans when this decision comes through, because having been behind and looking down and out after the first 40 minutes, they are now well and truly in front and heading for another 2 competition points.
As I said, you're not going to stop Tyler Dupree that close to the line. Loves scoring tries. He's too big and too powerful that close to the line. But George Flanagan, with a great deal of determination, tries his absolute best to dislodge the ball. You can see him hanging around, trying to rip it out of the grasp. It hasn't been a perfect night for George Flanagan, but he's never once gone missing. He's never once looked for the long grass. Full credit to Tyler Dupree. But I do like that characteristic in a young man. When he makes a mistake, doesn't go missing.
Tyler Dupree's second try of the Super League season. Becoming something of a fan's favourite here at Wigan. Kieran then to give Wigan a 14-point lead, having been 10 points to nil down at the first half break. And at that point, Barry, looking like they were going nowhere.
Well, this should be 24 unanswered points, shouldn't it? I realise I've said that before he's kicked it, Fraser.
Well, from that angle, you'd bet your house on Adam Kieran scoring that. 4 from 4 for Adam Kieran.
He's been good, hasn't he, Adam Kieran? There's been a lot of players who have performed really well. A nice decision to give the short pass from Brad O'Neill. running at that pace, that close to the line, it's an easy decision for the number 9.
Into the last 9 minutes of this game, and Wigan leading by 14 points here. So more changes going on the bench, and that means that Harvey Makin is going to make his debut for the Wigan Warriors.
A big night for the young man, another player with a tremendous future. We've already seen him in action for Salford this year, but making his Wigan debut, and what a night to do it on.
Tyler Dupree running at defenders again. Here's Junior Nsemba, and the Huddersfield Giants players now finding it really difficult to latch on and complete their tackles. Mago, who's the last person you want to see running at you in this situation. Lovely offload, finding Smith out towards Wardle. Well, they are really coming home with a wet sail now, Wigan. Farrell over the halfway line. The first time that Wigan have been at home for 6 games, would you believe? Been a long, long time since they were last here.
Something Matty Peake talked about during the week. He didn't realise how much he'd missed it until it come time to come home, get ready to play at the Brick Community Stadium in front of the home fans.
May the 16th, the last time they actually played here. They beat Lee 36-28, but it's certainly home sweet home, especially in this second half for the champions. Huddersfield in possession again then, with Sam Halsall wanting to pick it up very quickly is Kieran Rush, who's come on as a substitute. Cudjoe waiting just behind him. Frawley out to Lolohea, over the top again for Gargyle. It's a good tackle from Christian Wade. Tane Milne getting it back inside for Lolohea again. Here's Ashton Golding, Kieran and Nsemba in the tackle. Well,
that's
the ball's come loose here.
That's a shame. Ashton Goulding, you can see with his squad number, he's a player that his utility value for Luke Robinson is the reason he's in the 17. He can play 9, he can play 13. Began his career as a fullback. You can probably slot him in to the back line just to fill a gap, but
and whenever he comes in, Barry, you can always rely on him to give 100% effort.
Absolutely. I thought it was a tired drop, but when we've watched the replay, I don't know whether Adam Kieran just gives it a little flick.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if it was a little tired drop, because the game has been played at one heck of a pace, and it's been incredibly warm here today. It's cooled down significantly now, but when we first arrived this afternoon, it was in the 30s.
Good tackle from Jack Bibby, that 18th man that came into play, gets on the field and has an involvement.
Farrell for Wigan. And we've got, what, just under 6 minutes remaining in the game. It's time for you, Barry, to start thinking about your Betfred player of the match. Don't tell us yet, we'll find out a little bit later. O'Neill to Kieran, over the top for Nsemba. Nsemba! Well, that is the icing on the cake for Wigan Warriors. What a comeback! What a comeback! And Junior Nsemba gifted a try, and the Wigan fans celebrate on this night of nights.
He's just been jabbing away on that right side, Junior Nsemba. And for the men, Huddersfield have fronted up, muscled up, put bodies in front of him and handled him, but not on that occasion. The big back rower delightfully gets over the try line, takes the congratulations from his teammates. The ball predominantly for Wigan has been over on that left side in attack. Adam Kieran, a beautiful kick. Hasn't he been good?
It was a beauty of a kick. It really was.
Well, that left boot of his has been absolutely flawless The highlight for me was the 11-pass, 2-kick try, which ironically came from the boot of Harry Smith. But Adam Kieran, with his running game, his passing game, his kicking game, and when he's had to defend as well.
He's had an outstanding night.
4 from 4. Is he getting it, Fraser?
That's down to you, mate.
Is he getting it? Come on, make a decision.
That's entirely down to you.
Well, it's down to him, really, isn't it? Not me. Make a decision.
I think he'll score this.
I think he'll get it.
I mean, he's like you say, he's been flawless with the boot from all kinds of angles throughout the evening.
Did that
4
feel
from
good?
4 so far.
Did that feel good, making a decision? Well done, you.
It's not my job to make decisions. It's yours. You're the expert.
Don't do that with your fingers when you say it, though.
I wouldn't dare. Kieran then strikes it beautifully. That might be the best one of the night. Right between the posts. 5 from 5. Wigan rampant in the second half. Billy Boston will have loved it.
It's been a night of celebration. We're celebrating legacy. We're celebrating Sir Billy Boston. It hasn't been a vintage performance, but the result at this point isn't in doubt. I'm sure Matty Pete will have a lot of things he'll want his side to work on, but the important thing was the result.
Well, a ball's been dropped here, and Huddersfield have got it back. So maybe the chance with just over 3 minutes remaining for them to get a little bit of something in this second half, because Wigan have scored 30 unanswered points in this second half. Flanagan hands in at the tackle there, but Lollahea comes away with it. And Bibby through to the 10-metre line. Here's Rush just behind him. Rush going for Frawley quickly down the line. Cudjoe, lovely offload again from Flanagan as well, but too far in front of everybody. And Halsall gets the tackle.
Brilliant work. Brilliant work from Kieran in defence.
Lollahea into English. Farrell getting his hands all over him, as well as Harry Smith. Rush behind him. There's 6 more here for Huddersfield. Flanagan too far in front of him. Halsall is getting tired. You can see some of the passing here from Huddersfield. Rush into Bibby again. Big tackles going in from the home side.
Nice from Eckersley. A double in defence.
Rush goes again. Oh, and he's spilled this one. This time Matt Frawley.
Big pat on the back from 2 of the right edge players. First of all, Adam Kieran showing urgency to get off the line, and then Zach Eckersley out of position, but doing what his side needed him to do. Matt Frawley can't keep hold of the ball. But 30 points in the second half. It won't mask the first 40 minutes from Matty Pete's point of view.
80 seconds remaining in this game. Wigan leading by 30 points to 10 with a huge turnaround in the second half. As O'Neill finds Mago. 4 in the tackle again here. On Makin. O'Neill. Mago. Misses out. Tyler Dupree almost found Tane Milne there. But they've got it back again. Harry Smith, lovely offload again for Jay Field. Jay Field skipping, turning, twisting, finding Nsemba over the halfway line. Nsemba just taking players along with him for the right. Douglas behind him at dummy half. And they're switching play so quickly now, Wigan. A total mirror of the first half Christian Wade, though, is he pulled a hamstring there? It looked like he had for a second. He pulled up. He's having another go. Still going, Christian Wade. What a run. He had us all fooled there. High ball down to the right. Kieran has to crouch down to get it. Jay Field with one last effort as the hooter goes. A referee blows the whistle. That is that. But my words, what a second half performance, Barry, that has been from the Wigan Warriors.
Well, we almost got a try from Christian Wade to finish. I was with you. I thought he'd pulled his hamstring, but I think it may well have been cramp. There's different things to do within a game of rugby league. Getting up and back 10 metres can take its toll on a body when they're not used to it, but there's been some terrific tries scored. He'll celebrate, won't he, Christian Wade? He'll be pleased that some of those glitches he was involved in didn't ultimately result in a loss for his side. And it was what Wigan needed, which